wir Spaziergang machen. Narasotka. Migulayam. We're out on the bimble. Welcome back. We're testing some kit. We're out, as you can see. We've had some snow. Not a lot. There's no wind today. We've just flown the drone. We're on the bank of the dam. I'm with the 3 dogs, 2 white ones, and he's got a shitty ass. I don't know what he's been eating, but he's obviously had diarrhea. And there's Sanya over there, and you might be able to point out her red bandage. And that red bandage on her back leg is because she had an ingrowing dew claw. And I got a dew drop. And for some reason, for all my life, I've been calling it a dew claw. Now, I'm not anti-semolina or anti-tapioca. I mean, I don't mean it disrespectfully, but I just thought it was called a dew claw. And it's called a dew claw. You can look it up. So no offence intended, just a little joke. Over and out on that one. I want to go down here. There's no water running because they've closed off the lake. I want to go. I haven't been down here for over a year. I got some secateurs in my pocket. I love the word secateurs, you know. It's so sexy. I always imagined the woman in the stockings, the suspenders, the high heel shoes, and the secateurs. It's so sexy. Enough of that shite. We're going to try to cut our way through there, and let's see what happens. Over and out for now. Listen to the silence. That's my stomach. Not a bird chirping, nothing. This is the entanglement down here. Nobody really comes down here. As far as I'm aware, not even the hunters come down here. Because it's too overgrown. But I come down here and cut my way through. I know roughly where my path goes, deep into there. I just saw a bird move there, probably a robin. Tend to follow you, sorry. Dewdrops, or dewdrops again. Might have to edit that one out because they'll be accused of being anti-semolina again. I'm all for tapioca, don't get me wrong. So, you're seeing it as I see it for the first time. It's got to be over a year since I was down here, and it's really difficult to get in. It must have taken me get on for an hour to get here. Here I am. You wouldn't want to do this in the dark. Poke your eye out or trip up. Well, what's happened here? This was my raised bed, and I'm not sure if I left the actual straights like that. There's more straights there. The tripod is still in place to put a tarp over it. I used to have a fire on there where Sanya is standing at the moment. It's all willow. Some maybe acacia, which is very good for poles. We don't usually get many straight poles. Up there, a farmer's field. Up there are farmer's fields. There is the lake where I came from. What you get down here? Well, you'll get badgers, that definitely. You'll get foxes, jackal or jackals, definitely. Otters you get down here. And probably a wild boar. And maybe the odd deer. And a lot of snakes. They should be hibernating at this time of year. And biting things, of course. Ticks find their way down here. So, and mosquitoes, because it's a swamp down there in the summer, during the warmer months. Yeah. So, I think we'll see if we can get a brew on her. Well, cleaned up. I'm modelling the German army flecked on Panzer Kombi. There you go. That was the, because it's a slope here, so that was where the streets go, and the other part was there. But today I'm going to light a fire in here. It's all wet and muddy. I actually saw a worm down there. A bloody worm. There's something seriously wrong with the weather patterns in the world today. I don't know, it's global warming. I've no idea what it is, but something ain't right. Things are flying about. I had a bee the other day. A bee. And I've had blue bottles. You should be asleep. Anyway, back to what I'm doing. The damp and the wet is your enemy. It feels damp. If it feels damp, it is damp. You can't see it at a camera shot. I'm peeling off some bark. It's not that dry. There's snow on it. Try and give me a little bit of a barrier. You can see that it's wet, but I don't want it for burning at the moment. I just want it to keep the snow from melting when it does melt, if it melts, off my firewood is what I want it for. It's up on a piece of willow that's above me, but it's horizontal, so it's been catching water. Now, I don't have birch bark and I don't have fat wood. Everything I have to bring in myself. This is a bit drier because this is off a stick I just broke, but you see there's ice in it. Yeah, there's ice in it. Shove it down there, out the way. There's no resins or oils or anything. Well, if there is, they're not of significance. Not enough to encourage a fire to burn. Right, that's pretty shit actually, but it's the best we got. Now, the thing is, do we try to light a fire and take it as we go along, or do we prep? Now, I'm a lazy bugger and I prefer not to prep as such. So what we got is this fire lighter, and we're going to just use an ordinary lighter that's been in my pocket, and that's how easy that is. Now starts the work. I don't have twigs as such because I didn't get any, but I got some small sticks and I'm going to try to get these going. Taking the bark off with my fingers. It's already fallen off. That's usually what happens. Already the wood falls off, so let's try and make a bridge. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. This is my second attempt. First one went out. And this time I'm going to try some twigs that I'm cutting from the trees with my secateurs. Get some old man's beard, I think. Yeah, he's struggling again. thought oh no, I have got it here. Okay. Let's see if we can get, come on, you. Wait. I don't think we're having a lot of luck here today. We didn't prepare again, as we should have done. I should have a glove there, my hand will get cold. There's nothing to burn there. Bugger. So, with a third attempt. Not making good film this, but it's real to life, you know. Real to life. Let's go and see what we can find. See if we can resurrect this, because this is not very good. Well, it was hard work getting that going. Taking me over an hour, I guess. 3 attempts, just using little bits of firelighter. I don't use a huge amount in one go, because if you use it all, then you know you're really putting your back up against the wall, so to speak. I mean, you're making life difficult for yourself, and all that is there is a mixture of willow and whatever grows down here. It's usually wild plum and different stuff, so some hardwood on there. But yeah, I couldn't, because everything's covered in a coating of snow. I couldn't really see. What I was looking for was willow that was already dry without the bark, because then it's waterproof. But I wasn't able to find that in the time that I allowed. So as they say, you know, it's all about the P's, isn't it? You know, piss poor planning leads to piss poor performance, and yeah, you learn from it. It's going to be a bit late for me now to set up a brew. It's all in the pack there. That bag is all camera equipment and drone stuff. So yeah, we'll come out again, and now we know the camp is here. We know what resources we have here. It's a bit difficult for me to get out overnight because I'm on my own at the present time. I don't want the dogs down here with me, and I usually feed them around 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening. They're outdoor dogs, but they're in the 2 small ones can roam about, they can get out, but she can't get out, and she's deaf anyway and getting. So as I was saying, before the batteries ran out and I had to change it, good job I have a spare. Being a bit of a Billy No Mates, you have to make do. I live right out in the country. I'm on my own. You know, when I go home, there isn't much difference. I live in a small house. It's not centrally heated. I have to light a wood fire. It's a lot easier doing it at home than it is out here. Everything is relevant. I watch a lot of YouTubers in this genre, and there is a lot of dick swinging, isn't there? There's a lot of dick swinging going on. If you don't like a channel, there's a lot of channels I don't like. There are channels out there with, you know, huge channels, and I know they wouldn't last 5 minutes in a trench. They're just total, well, I don't like them, so I don't watch them. I don't subscribe to them, I don't watch them, I don't comment on it. But to make a video about their video, criticising what they've done, if it's advice, put it in the comments. If it's not, you know, why try to cause conflict about upside down fires, inside out fires, whatever. Fire is a fire is a fire at the end of the day. If it keeps you warm, that's the main thing. And nobody, 99% of the viewers of these survival channels are not going to find themselves in a survival situation. Even if you're in an air crash these days, if you survived an air crash, and I'm talking passenger aircraft now, you know, there's not much chance of surviving. And, well, unless you land in, you know, one of those Malaysian airlines I'd never found, what are you going to do? Yeah, if you're on a small aircraft in Alaska, Canada, in the outback, whatever, even in Siberia, and you have kit, then fine. You might be down there with concussion, a broken leg, a pierced bloody lung, whatever. But you know, I love the armchair comments. I just look over to the comments like, oh my god, this guy obviously is an armchair survivalist. Anyway, I'm going to keep ranting on about it. Dick swinging. You know, I always wait for the winter time. -3, -5, -10, -20, no tent, no sleeping bag. And it's relevant. -20 in Russia, in a dry climate, when there's no wind chill factor, is no worse than, actually feels colder when it's minus or around 1 degree in the UK in a damp climate. I can tell you because I know, because I've done both. If you're on the side of the Brecon Beacons and that horizontal cold rain is coming in and it chills you through to the bone, if you haven't got the right kit and there's no firewood out there, when you're in a forest, you're sheltered from the wind mostly in the forest. It's all relevant. In Moscow, when it's +1, it feels colder than -20, -25. When it gets to -30, that is serious shit. You can, thank you, Sanya. You take your gloves off in that for more than 30 seconds, a minute, and you start to feel it. You need kit. But anyway, I wobbled on. Yeah, always nice to have a dog puking up in front of you. Did you need to be sick on me? Thank you. Yeah, dogs. Who'd have them? Yeah, we love them, don't we? Some UK channel you should watch. Watch Rick T Outdoors. He's Lancashire anyway. Down the south, the Londoners, the Kentish boys. I think they're Kentish boys. I don't think they're Essex boys. Des Catties, he's a good laugh, especially when he's off his meds. He does some weird and wonderful stuff. Good bushcrafter. I like to watch Barney's Bimbles. He amuses me. No, that's not right to say he amuses me. He amuses me in the right way. I do worry about his diet with his Barney's biscuits and all that crap. But yeah, good lad. Good lad. I like him. I like, you know, they're honest lads. I can't tolerate all this dick swinging and look at me how great I am and I got this bit of kit. Yeah, I got all the kit. But I'm not trying to sell it to you. You see, without constant attention, the fire would go out, but I'm not worried because I'm going to be leaving here shortly and there's nothing it can set fire to. Nobody comes here. This is my camp and I'm coming back to it. And if anybody discovers it, they won't. They're not, well, I mean, I'm just going to leave it, okay? So thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Next time I'll be shaven, clean shaven. This was all impromptu, very quick, but there's a bit of snow. It'll be gone in a couple of days. Over and out for now.